Today, I wanted to talk to you about leads, specifically lead generation. If you think about generating leads, that is the whole purpose of marketing. That's why we market ourselves. It's to generate leads. In a small business, it's not about brand recognition. It's not about getting your name out there. All that should concern you as a small business owner or someone responsible for marketing within a small business is how many leads did that get me? If you invest amount of time, money and effort in something, then you want to know what is the return on investment in that. Let's lead the brand recognition to the Coca-Colas and the Apple and so on and so forth of this world who've got the money to invest in their brand. Let's us as small business owners focus on leads. Okay, so if you think about that and you buy into that concept that you're going to really make sure that all your marketing is lead based and not brand based, then there's also a couple of things you need to consider. Firstly is the number of leads. How many leads does your marketing create? How many do you get from LinkedIn, from email, from recommendation, from your website, and so on and so forth? How many leads do you actually get? And also, by the way, I'm not covering this in this particular video, but how many leads could you get? You know, the ways in which you can improve the effectiveness of that, and I'm here to tell you there absolutely is. However, the thing I want to talk to you today about is number of leads, which I've just mentioned. Secondly, is the conversion rate of the leads, because it's not a great deal of value is getting loads of leads that don't convert. It's just a whole load of work. Give me 1,000 leads and I turn that into 3 lots of business, or give me 5 leads and turn that into 5 lots of business. I know which would be more profitable for me. So, you know, the quality of the leads is absolutely vital, and the conversion rate. So what percentage of your leads turn into business? Is that 1 in 10? Is it 1 in 100? Is it 9 out of 10? So what is the lead conversion rate? The third thing we want to consider is the value of the leads. So are these, you know, what's the lead worth? Are these really little things, a lead for a new screwdriver or whatever, you know, your version of that? Or are they significant leads? You know, they're worth 100, 200, 300,000 pounds. So what is the value of the leads? That's certainly got to be taken into consideration when you start thinking about how much money you can invest in marketing. So once you've looked at the number of leads, the conversion rate, and the value of the leads, the fourth key to the success of this is actually the lifetime value of a lead. What do I mean by that? Well, the lifetime value is how much that lead is worth over the lifetime of the customer. So for me, for example, I run a business where we provide marketing advice and training and ongoing support. So if somebody comes into our business to do some training and they do a day's training with us, then the lifetime value is actually fairly small. They've just come along maybe for a one-off seminar, you know, on how to use LinkedIn or YouTube marketing or something like that. And then they may buy from us in the future, so there may be some lifetime value, but pretty much, you know, they could go away and never be seen again. However, most of our advisory services, where we work with people over a 12-month period, or our ongoing support services, where we become basically an outsourced marketing department for a company, then that's a whole lot different. Our lifetime value could be many, many thousands of pounds, because people tend to they tend to pay us even an amount of money every month for a period. And I think our longest customer right now has been with us over 10 years. 10 years every month paying us a monthly fee. And so, you know, the value of that customer, therefore, is much higher than somebody that comes in on a one-off. So they're the 4 things I wanted to talk to you about. What are your numbers like? You know, how many leads do you get? What is their value? What is their conversion rate? And what is the lifetime value of a customer? And here's the the key to all this. I want you to really pay attention to this. This is so important. And that is, until you know the lifetime value of a customer, how do you know, in other words, what a customer's worth to you? How do you know how much money you can spend to acquire that customer in the first place? Let me say that again. Until and unless you know how much that customer's worth to you, how do you know how much you can spend to acquire that customer in the first place? And that number is a number that's missing from most businesses. Most businesses don't have a clue how much a customer's worth, let alone about how much they can afford to spend to acquire the customer in the first place. So go away and have a look at those two numbers. Have a look at all those 6 numbers, the 4 keys to an effective lead, plus how much is a customer worth to you on average. What's the average amount? I mean, you can find that out by going and looking at your turnover. If my turnover's £1 million, and I look and I can see that I've got 10,000 customers, then it doesn't take that long for me to work out, just divide 1 million by 10, and I know that my average unit of sale is £100,000. So each customer's worth £100 to me. That's assuming they're only going to stay with me for a year. But you get the idea. So it's really easy to understand what it is. The question is, what is it for you? Thanks ever so much for listening. If you want to know more from me, if you want to talk to me about how I can help you and help your business, remember, for over 25 years now, I've been helping thousands of businesses in hundreds of industries to make literally millions and millions of pounds in unforeseen income. And I'd love to talk to you about how I can help you. Step 1, go to stevemills.co, book yourself a results discovery meeting. It's totally free without obligation. So I look forward to meeting you and helping you in the future. Thank you very much for listening.